When there's talk of troops in Helmand, Afghanistan, it's often British or American who are mentioned. The province is also home, however, for hundreds of Georgian soldiers.
You don't see the enemy. This is the most difficult part. And for any soldiers, it's a difficult part because they are aiming your most weak and important part, it's your leg with IDs, and maybe you will serve 6-7 months here and you won't be able to see your enemy face to face.
The Georgians are based in southern Musa Qala, a district which has seen a lot of fighting over the past few years. They're sandwiched between the US Marines in the north and the Marines in the south in Sangin. They spread themselves across a number of different camps. Now the soldiers up on the post just up there have got a great vantage point from here. They can see the stretch of the Helmand River behind me here, the south of Musa Qala just at the bottom of these hills, and Sangin just over the water.
By them putting pressure to the north, they actually assist the district of Musa Qala by squeezing the enemy into a little box below the Marines and above the Georgians.
From here you can see the American base in Sangin. The grounded balloon is equipped with cameras and normally flies high in the sky, giving the Afghan and ISAF forces an eye on the ground below. On the Musa Qala side of the water, the Georgians work with the Afghan army, manning checkpoints, searching locals and any vehicles which drive by. The Georgians are used to conventional warfare, not counterinsurgency, where efforts are centred on building up local authorities. The problem with Musa Qala is that there isn't much here in the way of local governance or so-called Giroa.
That's why we're here there. We will bring the local governments. It's the first step, because a couple of years ago it was a completely Talib country. Now it's gradually going under the Giroa influence. And we are there to help the Giroa to come, to establish their post, the civilian government, the ANP, ANA. It's very important. It's a part of the coin.
One of the Georgian camps sits on land that used to be occupied by a Russian infantry battalion during the Soviet invasion. Their former trenches are still very visible.
There's quite a lot of the legacy mines, because Soviets just put mines everywhere, especially on the forward slope, trying to create some kind of mine ambushes or some obstacles so the Mujahideens will not come over their places. So as you can see, now we're using these trench works for our defensive works.
For one of the Georgian soldiers, it's his third deployment to Afghanistan. His first two trips he made in the 70s and 80s, fighting with the Russian army. It's not just Helmand where the Georgians are deployed, they're also in neighbouring province Nimroz, and they have a contingent of troops helping to secure Kabul. Mel Preen for the NATO channel.